What is up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashions. Today we're going to be going over, oh, that volume is a little too loud. Let's turn it down, There we go. Today we're going to be going over Palate and Bow. Now, apparently, we were recommended this from you guys. Just want to make sure you guys know that. I didn't buy this on my own accord. I did. I purchased it. But you guys recommended it to me. And then we drop a little, hey, this is what we're doing in the Discord. And all of a sudden, everybody's saying this bottle's trash. So, hey, before you recommend me something, make sure it's good. Just saying, just throwing that out there, because this is under 50 bucks, but it's like 50 bucks. So, we're going to give it a review anyway. And we're going to go ahead and give it a taste. I don't know how to fucking open this thing. We're gonna crack open this thing, though. Maybe you just pull the key. That sounds reckless. Keep the key intact, you know? This ain't the proper way to open a bottle, by the way, guys. If you came here for bottle opening techniques, not the place. I think you have to open the key anyway. I think so. Yep, you had to take the key out anyway. That's stupid. Anybody want a key? Chat's already going crazy. iRock says, nope, it's not. Well, bud, somebody recommended it. Professor said, let's get it. Professor, what's going on, bud? JC. Oh, bonding. Okay. Texas Rye Guy. I'll just call you JC, bud. He goes, who's ready for this mistake? I am. Professor said, I think I said it. Damn. Bud, you better get roasted, apparently. Danielle says, Cheerios. Alex in the chat says, sup, Brody? Call me old-fashioned. Daniel said, call me old-fashioned mad. No, I'm not mad. It's not the end of the world. But I could have swore there was more than one person recommending this thing. Multiple live streams, just saying. Why is there a key? I don't know. Apparently to unlock the dungeon I'm supposed to climb out of. Either way, guys, let's go ahead and dive in. We'll give it a little taste test here. I got something else planned too. I was supposed to make a little, it's not really a cocktail, but it was a cocktail on Instagram, so I was going to make it. And then I couldn't find the video to go with it, so. Clown something says WSP. I don't know what that means, but. I mean, the nose ain't bad. Now this, just so you guys know, I will say, I looked it up. I'm not going to tell the story. Other people can tell the story way better. But there's a pretty cool story that goes with it. You guys know me. I'm a little bit of a sucker for a good story. The keys is part of that story. I'm not going over it, but it is 90 proof. Yeah, 91 proof. King says, what's the Sigma? I don't know what the Sigma is. Eric says, a little late, but here. Eric, welcome to the party, fam. So we're going to go ahead and give this a little taste test, let you know how it is. Apparently, it's horrible. Apparently. Everybody knows but me, apparently. So I wasted $50 today. I mean, it's not horrible. There it is. It's not horrible. It's drinkable. It's nowhere near worth $50, though. That's the quickest. Oh, somebody says WSP is what's up. Damn, bro. Did I just fucking age myself like that? Orange Cat says, Blade and Bow can kiss my ass. Well. Daniel says, was recommended by me. Hey. Bro, I'm telling you, like, this was one of the bottles that people recommended for, like, a long time. And I just never picked it up. I always saw it. Except for when I was looking for it, like, twice. But that's besides the point. But it was multiple times, multiple people. Maybe it's just people passing by, whatever, but. iRock says, bro, I sent that like 2 hours ago. Well, the comments pop up when I come in, so. But, I mean, do you want notes? Apparently nobody wants notes. Everybody says it sucks, so. Vanilla, caramel. Drinks under 90 proof. Weird aftertaste. Really weird aftertaste, for sure. That part, not a fan of. But, I mean, if it's your thing, it's your thing, you know? I'm going to recommend it. I'm going to aside with you guys. It's not that great. Cool looking bottle, though. But it's nothing special. For the price, I don't care how good the story is with it. Probably not for me. I will say, trying to find some good qualities about it real quick. I bet you it mixes pretty well. I bet you it's a good mixer, but not for the price. I'm just going to call you V, but V said, just turned 18, but I still probably won't drink alcohol. 18 is the drinking in Canada, but I always have been scared of alcohol. Hey, if you don't drink, you don't have to drink. That's a you thing. I'm just reviewing it, you know, tasting, getting some notes out of it. Normally it's a little bit more professional than this, but pre-stream, everybody kind of started roasting me about it, so that's just what we're here for. Orange Cat says, you got blade and bowed. Hey, you're not wrong about that. IROC says, just busting your balls, call me old-fashioned. Hey, you can't bust my balls. Daniel says, so is it good? No, not really. It's not bad. It's not horrible. Everybody's making it seem like I was about to spit it out or something. It's not horrible. But when it comes to like whiskey and stuff like that, you want it to, if you're going to spend some money on it, right? If you're going to spend like 40, 50 bucks, you want it to be a little bit better. Maybe a little higher proof. Maybe that's what it's missing is the proof. But besides that, like, it has a weird kind of aftertaste. 6 says, do you feel it? Do you feel it now, Mr. Krabs? No, do I feel it? The fuck? Oh, this is like the first sip of the night, guys. If I drink whiskey on YouTube, I'm just going to say I probably have a little bit higher tolerance than a half a sip. It's 3 sips. So yeah, it's just kind of basic. What country produces the best alcohol? America. Kentucky. I don't know. Like, my favorite, though, is apparently in California, so who knows? Yeah, I don't know. It has the weird aftertaste. It's not like dry mouth, but you guys know me. If the aftertaste ain't hitting, the whole thing's just, you can just throw it out, you know? But it's okay, you know? It's not as bad as you guys are making it out to be, but it's not worth 50 bucks. So, obviously can't recommend it. Dustin P. Lee says, what kind of whiskey is that? It's Blade and Bow. 90 proof. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't waste your money. If it goes on sale for like 20 bucks, pick it up. Because then you got a good mixer. But that's about as far as I can recommend it. IROC says, God damn right Kentucky does. Let's throw that to the side. Now, I would have pulled up the video why we did this one. But, you know, I can't find it. So, you guys know me and Redwood Empire. Bro, I was going through the little Instagram because we've been like talking. So like we're like best friends now apparently. But you guys, I know you like Dr. Pepper. And if somebody comes in here and says all of a sudden they don't like Dr. Pepper, we have a bigger issue. We have a bigger issue if you guys don't like Dr. Pepper all of a sudden. Because I know when I drank the Coke, everybody's like, Dr. Pepper's better. Just saying. But apparently it's called a Ryan pepper or spice pepper, something like that. Spice pepper. I couldn't find it, so I can't get the... Bro, somebody said fried chicken whiskey. I don't think that'd be good, but like in theory, could be bussin'. But one thing about Redwood Empire, on their Instagram, they have like these little mixed drink shorts, like them making drinks with their whiskey, obviously. I saw the Dr. Pepper, instantly thought of you guys, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna make this one because I like to drink a little Redwood Empire. But you basically take their Emerald Giant rye whiskey. And you put 1.5 ounces. I'm just going to eyeball it. That looks like enough. And then you just fill the rest up with Dr. Pepper. Right? Nothing crazy. But I heard some good reviews on it. Just saying. I'm not a big soda guy, though. I don't drink soda like that. But if I was, it'd be a little DP. A little Dr. Pepper. Call up Doc, get a prescription for it. But that's about it. Let's give this a try. If this is dog shit, I'm going to be fucking pissed. It's like Christmas. Dr. Pepper, but where's the Dr. Salt? What's Dr. Salt? Oh, is that like Epsom salts? Daniel says, I don't drink pop, and I like Dr. Pepper. JC says, haven't had soda in years. I don't drink it that often, but... Mr. Mom in the chat says, cheers, everybody. Dustin says, I'm drinking a Bud Light right now. Hey, man, we didn't know you swing that way, but that's cool. I don't drink beer like that. If I was, it would have to be like something super fancy just because I don't, you know how many beers it would take me to get buzzed? A lot. And I don't like to drink that much liquid because I'd be pissing, bro. I piss on the stream drinking whiskey, so. IROC says, I like how the Redwood came out of this. I still can't find that anywhere around here. I'm not trying to promote Redwood on this, but I saw the mixed drink and I was like, I got both of those, so let me just go ahead and make the drink. It's good. Don't waste, I wouldn't waste your whiskey on it though. Unless you're that's different. Maybe I need more whiskey, but unless you're just like a big like mixed drinker, like if you like Jack and Cokes and that's your go-to, then hey, go ahead and pull up the little Dr. Pepper, Dr. Spice, or whatever they're calling this thing. Pull that up. You can get a pretty good mixed drink, but it's just soda. Like who really wants to drink that? I'd rather have a pour of it neat. So Dustin says, just chilling on the back porch. Hey, that's the best place to be, as long as it's like kind of cool outside. If it's too hot, like if you're in Miami, get back inside. Oh, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Salt. Oh, my bad. That's funny. One of my experiences with alcohol was tequila in Mexico. That's how every good story starts, though, just so you know. He's like, I was 15. I took a shot, instantly fell on the floor. I feel like it felt like getting shot. I did it again later. That's how you sum up what's it like to drink when you turn 21. What's it like to drink? That's how you sum it up. I'm gonna pull that comment over. We gotta pull it over. We gotta make it a little larger so you guys can read it. But he's like, I did it again later. Bro, every person that drinks goes, I'm never drinking again. Oh my God, I can't do it. This is the last time. And you go, hey, trying to go get a beer? They're like, hey, I'm coming. Doesn't says, I got a beer buzz right now. I'm in Arkansas. I don't have any good jokes about Arkansas. Hey, as long as you can do it, that's fine. Me, I'd end up turning into like a fat kid because I get bloated first. I try to watch my girl's figure, you know? IROC, you passed up every good bottle known to man. You're talking about, thought about grabbing some Jack Daniels on the way to work, on the way home. But you passed up Woodford's Toasted. I want to buy that now, but I've been debating on spending a disgusting amount of money for it. And I see it, you got a picture at $80. I'm like, think about taking a trip up. What was it? Weller Foolproof for $125. I would have bought that. That Sherry Cast Redwood Empire cast strength or barrel proof, whatever it was, would have picked that up too. I would have spent a disgusting amount of money. Eric says, hit that like button, folks. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And hit the bell for the notifications. Yeah, you guys gotta hit the bell to know when I go live. We will be live tomorrow, but that's gonna be for the fantasy draft. If you guys are part of the fantasy football team for Call Me Old Fashioned League, hey, just be prepared. We're nice today. We're not nice tomorrow. We're gonna be getting a little reckless with that one. But I'll be live streaming the draft, so if anybody that's not part of it wants to just watch, feel free to tune in. We'll be drinking. I'll go live a little bit earlier, as much as I can, obviously. The draft's like 8:45 p.m. Eastern time. So I'll be live maybe like 7, I don't know, somewhere around there. So double check the apps if you're in the league that I said that right. So Orange Cat says, Arkansas is a joke, LOL. Dustin says, I got a joke from high school, Idaho, Idaho. Have you ever heard of that? Oh, Idaho, Idaho? Yeah, bro. Mr. Mom says, when I was a teenager in the 70s, says you could drink legally at 18. I was a Jack Daniels in 7 and a Coors 18-year-old high school senior. That's what he's going with. Iraq says, I was at work. By the time I got there, it'd be gone. Wow, why couldn't you were in the liquor store. You're there for a reason. You got to pick it up. What are you going to do? Say, no, I'm at work. I can't. Why are you in the liquor store then? Leave the liquor store. If your work's there, they understand. They're like, hey, sorry guys, can I get an what is it called? Advance? Can I get an advance on my paycheck real quick? I'm fitting to cash out. So. V says, I'll go for now. Thanks for interacting with the chat. I'm not even into alcohol, but you made it interesting to me. Well, I appreciate that. He's like, if you're entertaining enough, you can make anything interesting. Yeah, that's what we're here for. Have a good time. Have a couple drinks with the boys and the girls. Girly boys, whatever they call it. I don't know. We're here for the people. And Danielle. Here's Johnny. Says, is this an AA channel? No, AA is for quitters. But yes, welcome. Say your name. Hi, Johnny. IROC says, no, those were pics sent to me, bro. Oh, you weren't even there? Oh, so you got your buddy sending you pics while you're at work? I don't know. It reeks of I bitched out of going to the liquor store then. So if he's sending you the pics, he could have picked you up the bottles. Could have cash apped him. I could have cash apped him. Here's Johnny says, I can't afford drinks. Oh, he's like, hi, my name's Johnny. I have a drinking problem. I can't afford the drinks. Bro, facts. IROC says, I have a network here, bro. Well, I need to be networking with them then. Because they got all the good stuff. Mr. Mom says, I couldn't do the MD 2020 and Bones Farm that the other kids were doing. Yeah, bro. Who wants to do that anyway? I hate that I'm going to waste a little bit more, but let's waste a little bit more. Let's see if it needs just more whiskey. You know? Everything, any mixed drink, if it's not good, needs more whiskey. Okay, so it's all floating on top, by the way. That's how you mix it, right? Just a quick. IROC says they limit you to one allocated per. Okay, well, I get a couple mustaches. Bring the family. How many kids you got? Bring them in. I can't pronounce some of these names, but LA says, I just subscribed to you. Appreciate it, bud. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the family. Orange Cat says, where is EH? She is putting the kid down for sleep. She bought a bottle of vodka while she was out today, too, so she's all primed up and ready to go, but I don't know if she's going to come on stream. She can if she wants to, but she may be too tired. Mr. Mom says, have you ever tried Amaretto and Corona? Yeah, but it's Amaretto, Corona, and 151, and it's called a Flaming Dr. Pepper. And then you light it on fire. Here's Johnny. Says, you should have a drinking show with more buddies who see who hits the floor first. What do you think we're doing here, bud? Welcome to the show. Johnny, I know you're new here because I would remember that name, but we do call-in shows all the time, and we just have drink battles. We just see who can outdrink each other. Kidding. We do call-in shows. People call in sometimes, but not to outdrink each other. I normally, like, this is a weird setup. You came in a weird time. Normally I'm sipping on some whiskey. We're going to do that here in a minute anyway. I'll probably pull over something else other than maybe Redwood Empire because you guys are getting sick of me talking about them. But I'll pull something over. I'll pull over, not the Russells. I want to say that. Let's do a little 1910. We'll keep it low. We'll keep it low proof for now. A little double oak action now. A little double oak action. Miss Mom says, my son likes Dr. Peppers and Jim Beam honey. Oh, fuck, Mr. Mom. Fuck are we doing, bro? All right. What are we doing, Mr. Mom? You know? What are we doing? What are we doing? Where's my spoon? We got a little spoon action. I'm stealing an ice cube. I'm stealing a couple cubes, you know? Stealing a couple cubes. iRock says, we can talk draft day tomorrow. You got to have old granddad 114. You have old granddad 14? I don't currently have it, no. All right, Miss Mom says his son likes Dr. Pepper and Jim Beam honey. So let's just do a little. I don't want to do a lot. Definitely don't want to do a lot. This doesn't sound like it's going to be good. Miss Mom says, do you have any Old Forester 1920? I do. All right. Jim Beam honey, Dr. Pepper. That's too sweet. If I was like 18, I mean 21. Yeah. That would slap. But now it's like, that screams give me a hangover. Soda and sugar whiskey, give me a fucking hangover quick. iRock says, Old Forester 100 is better than Old Forester 1920 in my opinion. No, you're wrong. You probably recommend me the Blade and Bow. $1920 is one of my favorites in general. Danielle says, put more alcohol in your pop, LOL. Johnny says, you have to be 23 for that Dr. Pepper. Sometimes. Orange Cat says, what kind of vodka did EH pick up? Tito's. I was going to pick her up something different this time, but she went without me, so. How are you going to go to the liquor store without me? Eric said, oh, bro. That's got to be Tux, right? And he doesn't have his wrench? What are you doing, bro? Bro, everybody asks this now that I have 1910. When I had 1920 by itself, nobody asked me shit about it. Now that I have 1910 and 1920, everybody's like, have you blended 1910, 1920, 60% 1920, 40% 1910 to equal out 1915? I have. I didn't do it properly though, right? I put it in, I blended it in a Glen and I didn't let it sit. Was it good? It was okay. Eric says, bro, I'll put in a good word for you. Of course, it's Tuxedo Cat. Yeah, the blended stuff though, like it's okay. There's a lot of hype behind that for some reason. Batman. Is it a good mix? Okay, let me back up. I'm not blending 1910 and where did I put the fucking bottle? I'm not blending 1910 Dr. Pepper. Even though that might be pretty good. I don't do mixed drinks like that though. Like I'm not the mixed drink guy. But this is actually Redwood Empire's rye and Dr. Pepper because they said to make this drink. Not to me personally. They didn't be like, hey Rick, make me a little half and half. They posted a little short and said, hey, make it a little rye pepper, a little pepper rye, spice pepper. I don't know what they called it. They called it something fancy. I couldn't find the short, to be honest. They may have deleted it because maybe it's bad, but it's not bad. It's just a waste of whiskey unless you really like mixed drinks. So Batman, maybe try it. The 1910, don't waste it. Drink that neat. That's good neat. All right, putting this back. Putting these weird mixed drink things away, and we're gonna drink some actual fucking whiskey here. Because what are we doing? It's a Call Me Old Fashioned channel. We turned it into Dr. Pepper. Mr. Mom said, I did just crack my Jim Beam 7, 6.5 out of 10. What are you, Dave Portnoy? I mean, I'd say that's a pretty fair score, though. iRock says, bro, for one, no, I did not recommend the key BS. And two, yes, sir, Old Forester 1910 is better than Old Forester 1920. I can get 2 Old Forester 100s for the price of one 1920. Ha 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 ha. I'm not saying you can't get more. The reason I really love 1920 is because of that banana note. I can't get that in anything else I've had yet, except maybe like banana flavored whiskey. But I think that's super unique. And when I look at different bottles, what was that? I can pick up a. Check. I can pick up a good bottle of whiskey, a good bottle of bourbon with simple notes, right? But if I want to get like something unique, like a banana note or a chocolate note, I know where to go to. So that's why I said that. Oh, Jesus. iRock says Jim Beam 7 is an 8.9 or 8.5 out of 9, especially for the price. Bro, the price is amazing on that bottle. That alone is a must keep on the shelf simply because of the price. And it's good. Miss Mom says maybe put a little tahini on that rim. On this, bro? No fucking way. Batman says, nice, thanks, brother. Appreciate it, bud. Mr. Lopez says, howdy, call me old-fashioned, and the entire crew. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. He's like, you're not the boss of me. That's funny. Welcome, everybody's stream. Happy Friday. Hopefully, you had a good work week. Hopefully, wasn't too bad, and now you're able to kind of kick back, relax, have a little drinky drink. Let me put this over here. Little 1910. The only thing that sucks about the 1910 is it's only 93 proof. So that part's a little, you know. Eric says, iRock, come on down, or bro, come down to Western Kentucky. I saw you. Be right back. What are you doing? Eric says, I saw you on Discord, see Stag for $325. Just bought it for $180. The $325, bro, that was me. I saw that for $325. Never gonna fucking get me to pay that much. Eric says, yeah, man, Stag over here is $150 to $180 here in the Fort Knox area. Yeah, I'd pay $150. I'd pay $160, $175-ish since I'd see it so high all the time, but Alex said, what I miss? A whole lot of nothing. A whole lot of nothing, to be honest. says, "Are you a gun enthusiast?" No, not really. Do I like guns? Sure, but I don't really like talk about them like that. More of a whiskey, bourbon. Miss Mom says the tahini comment was meant for the spicy Dr. Pepper and Redwood Empire. No. Like, I see where you're going with it. Not a bad like option, but it really wasn't spicy. It was just more like soda-ish. It was super sweet. So because of the Dr. Pepper, but that's a me thing because I don't like, bro. The soda is super sweet to me. It's like syrup, but I don't drink soda like that. So. Why Lon's Texas Rye Guy is your guy, apparently. Iraq says Forrest fucking Gump. Can't get that back to normal. Anyways, so 1910, you know this stuff's good. I like this stuff. It's not my favorite though, by any means. But that's all to do with the proof. IROC says use wild cherry Pepsi Zero or a piece of chocolate to reset my taste buds. Wait, what? Just drink, do water. Alan says it's quite a collection you have there. Alan, thank you. It's all right. It's nothing special, but it's a lot of stuff that I like. Obviously, I like Redwood Empire. You got the Russell. Oh, that's from there. The Russell's, Old Forester, little Wild Turkey actions. This side, you can't see this side that well because that light went out, but Buffalo Trace shelf. You got a rando shelf below me. You know what I was thinking? Bardstown came out with a, was it like 104, 103 proof wheated bourbon? This ain't it, but I don't know if I can get another Bardstown because this bottle is so good. It's a single barrel and it's high proof. So like, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to compete with this bottle in particular, you know? The rye, just to give everybody a quick update on the rye, this bottle is never ending. I don't know how much I've drank out of this at this point, but it's more than what's showing, apparently. Alan says, I'm impressed. Hey, well, thanks. I like a little whiskey, a little bourbon. I got a few bottles on here I don't like though. You can't see them because I have a whole nother shelf up here. That's all the shit that I don't care for. Iraq says water don't do it depending on what you eat. I don't. It's like learn that when I did a tour, when I did the Makers tour. I know about the chocolate thing. I've heard that before, but it's not, that doesn't work for me. The chocolate throws me off because it just makes my like mouth like coated in like sweetness. But I do like dark chocolate, but a little water does the trick for me. Just kind of a little refresh, little splash to cool it down. But most of the time, I'm not really changing it up too much, so I don't really have to do that. When I do like the blinds, I just do water. Water or like like this is a weird thing, but like normally I'm drinking like a little Celsius, a little energy drink. Any kind of drink other than the alcohol, like where it has some proof to it, I could do that and refresh the palate. The issue is when you're drunk. When you have a good buzz going, you're not refreshing shit. Oh, the chat's going crazy again. Not like you guys, but like it's bouncing around, so it's hard for me to keep up with whatever's happening. Alan says, I'm not educated in whiskeys. Is there certain areas in the US that make better whiskey than others? Alan, that sounds like a setup question. But yes, very much. Kentucky. Kentucky is the whiskey capital of the fucking world. By far. Everybody says best whiskey comes out of Kentucky, best bourbon comes out of Kentucky. But they have stricter rules there. There's a lot more like things they have to follow, and that's why it's supposedly better, right? Now, I will say other states make good whiskey, good bourbon too. Some people don't qualify it as bourbon. I do. I don't really care. I'm not that strict. Brother, Mr. Lopez says, Alan, if you has called me old fashioned, probably say California being Redwood fanboy. I am a huge Redwood Empire fanboy for sure. Love Redwood Empire stuff. And they're out of California, which is kind of surprising. But I also like Still Austin, which is out of Texas. Austin, Texas, obviously. I like New Rift, which is technically in Ohio. But I also like St. Augustine's Florida Straight Bourbon, which is St. Augustine, Florida. Kentucky just has the masses. So, iRock says, Ken fucking Ducky. I like different. So like Kentucky whiskey to me is all in this like in these two lanes, right? It's all very similar. They change, right? Whether if it's a rye or a malt or whatever, but it's all within these two lanes. And the other states kind of step out of those lanes a little bit, and they give you a completely different profile and taste. And that's what I'm more excited of. Maybe because I've had this for so long, where like the Redwood Empire, for example, is just so much different to me that I'm like, I love that. Alan said, I'm in California. Well, maybe go to North California, ride up the Redwood Empire, you get all the good stuff. California is not, I've never bourbon hunted in California, but I don't think it's the greatest for buying bourbon. I could be wrong, could be completely wrong. No thanks says, how much do you drink? I drink Fridays and I drink a little bit. I don't drink as much as you guys probably think I do. But I like a good drink. You know. How much do you drink? Daniel says, I want a pellet gun. Might be legal. Laugh my ass out. Okay. Yoni says, which state makes the worst bourbon whiskey in your opinion? Fuck. Where's Whistle Pig made out of? It's not going to be the state. It's just the bottle, right? This is the worst stuff I've ever had. Some people like it, though. Bro, this says distilled in Vermont and Canada? Whistle Pig Co. in New York. This is fucking all types of fucked up then. I thought this was Kentucky and I was about to fuck everything up. This bottle, I'm not a big fan of. It's Whistle Pig Piggyback Single Barrel Alfa Romeo F1 finished in G-Force. It's just a gimmicky kind of bottle. That's what we came to find out, but gimmicky sells me a lot of the time. And apparently it's distilled in Vermont and Canada. So some bottles maybe somewhere and some in others, but and then New York is where everything's bottled, so weird. Michael says, you look like an ex-operator, ex-SEAL, or Marine. No, just a guy that likes whiskey. Or maybe I am. Daniel, she's talking to somebody else. Joe in the chat says, are Tito's really handmade, or is it just some bullshit? It's just some bullshit, bro. If you believe Tito's is handmade, come on, man. Tito's is one of the most mass-produced vodkas. I don't drink it. The wife drinks it, but it's not handmade. Maybe handmade by like taking the cash from you guys. Alan says, thanks for all that info. Appreciate it. Alan, you're welcome. Michael says, I swear you were a Navy SEAL Buds class of 185? No. I mean, I look like I'm built like a little Navy SEAL, but I'm not. I'm more built like a busted can of biscuits, but I appreciate it. IROC says, makes sense. New York, Canada, Northeast. The fuck? Yeah, for real, bro. I don't think I've looked at that until like that moment. Yoni says, what's the best way to improve your ability to taste flavors? Talking about the notes in whiskey. Yoni, by the way, I do have a full video on this, like a pretty long one where you can like, I think it's tasting bourbon notes for beginners is what it's on the channel as, but something like that. But the best thing really is start with something low proof. This is 93 proof. You can get something that's like 90-ish proof, and just start slow and getting your palate used to drinking it neat if you're not used to it. And then slowly work up in the proof point, which is the amount of alcohol. And then start trying to find bottles that you like and getting similar versions, but slowly work up the price scale as well, because proof equals price basically. Not all the time, but most of the time. But for me, one of the things so the quickest story, I've told this before, but when I went to Gatlinburg, we did a moonshine tasting, right? And there's one bottle in particular at Sugarlands that is an Appalachian apple. And when you take a sip and you breathe in, like a little slow, obviously, you get like Granny Smith apples, right? And it's just like old style apple taste to it. And when you blow out, right, you get caramel. So doing different techniques with like breathing in and out, or keeping your mouth open as you kind of like smell through like your nose and stuff like that. Those are things that like you can like slowly do with lower proof whiskey to pick it out. That, and never drink like just one bottle at a time. Drink 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, 15, whatever, 2. That way you have something to compare it to. Alan, just subscribe. Alan, welcome to the family, bud. About time. Glad you're here. But yeah, there's a full video. I go pretty in depth on it. That, and it's a whiskey glass. This is a big difference. Not because it just looks fancy, but if I have one here, like if you have this and you go to like try to get notes, because half your taste is through your nose, by the way. If you go like this, there's so much air and room for everything to escape where it's not here. So I would say get a good whiskey glass. That's what she said. IROC says, oh, Jesus, bro. 1910 is kind of creamy. It's very like smooth. You'd think it'd be a little bit more harsher because of the oak. It's not. Michael says, meant that by a compliment, by the way. Bro, I took it like a compliment. Even if he didn't mean it that way, I took it like that. I'm taking every compliment I can get, bud. Alan says, is there any starter whiskeys you recommend? Yeah, a few. Buffalo Trace. That's decently priced. It's also kind of cool for people that don't know much about whiskey. Good flavors, nice and sweet and approachable, but that's a good starter one. I like regular Woodfords. But really, you want to kind of go through like the cheap budget-ish bottles, because you can find what profiles you kind of like more. Like for me, I like getting the baseline cheapest bottle somebody offers first. And if I like that, great. Let's move up to the next expensive and the next and the next and the next before I ever go drop $500 on a bottle. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I don't have Buffalo Trace anymore because I drank it. But before I bought any of these, which are all from Buffalo Trace Distillery, I made sure I liked them first. So, but Woodford's Double Oak is my favorite. That's a mid-range price for most people, and it's pretty good. Yoni says, yeah, I much prefer using a Glencairn glass than a regular old-fashioned glass. Yeah, a Glencairn was what helped me the most with being like, oh, I drink whiskey to, oh, I drink whiskey. You know? Makata in the house? I didn't see his comment. Makata, welcome to the stream, bud. Oh, there he is. Made it to another Call Me Old Fashioned Friday. Joe says, gosh darn, it should have seen that coming. Hey, Joe, it's all right, bud. It's all right. It's all right. We're here for you. Yoni says, how hard is it to find Four Roses, OESO, in New York? I'm not in New York. Also, make sure to check that tasting vid out. Yeah, definitely check that out. I'm in Florida. And you can find Four Roses pretty frequently. Joe says, am I tripping? Or does the old Svedka bottle really used to have old Swedish flag? I don't know. I never drank that. It's vodka. I'm not a vodka fan. Iraq says, you like BT, little Buffalo Trace? I like Buffalo Trace. Nothing wrong with that. Is it like my favorite? No, but I think it's good. And I think it's good for the price, you know. That's what we kind of started with old fashions with, was that. IROC says, my number one between Woodford's Double Oak and Eagle Rare. Those are both great. Woodford's Double Oak is my favorite just because it hits the right spots for me. That's why I like it so much. It hits a lot of points. Eagle Rare is really good too. I like E.H. Taylor Small Batch a little bit better, but that's just me. Buto in the chat says, sup. Buto, welcome to the stream, bud. Daniel says, wait, I was gone for a minute. Then I heard Call Me Old Fashioned say, when you smell out of your nose, laugh my ass off. No, Call Me Old Fashioned. I smell through my eyes. I don't know if that's exactly how I said it, but it could have been. Yoni says, what does BTAC mean? Also, I meant cast strength Four Roses. Cast strength. You can get a single barrel or small batch here pretty frequently. Cast strength, I don't know. I haven't really looked for Four Roses that often, but you can get single barrel pretty if you just go to any store. Joe says, how can you not like vodka? It's such a versatile liquor. You could mix it with almost anything. Hey, Joe, I'm just going to give you 1 second to come take one look at the screen and say, what's he got behind him? What is his name? What kind of cocktail is that? And how am I actually drinking my drink? I don't actually like mixing my drinks. I will, right, for an old fashioned, which is just enhancing the way you almost kind of take a shot. And I'm drinking whiskey neat, bud. Vodka is just not my thing anyway. That's for, freshly 21 me. Now I'm more advanced and I like the little notes in it. I'm not drinking to get drunk. I'm drinking to drink it. Joe says, or am I just not old enough to enjoy a glass of whiskey? If you're drinking age, you can enjoy a glass of whiskey. But if you're just trying to get kind of like tore up, stick with vodka. It's cheaper. Oh, I missed Yoni's, didn't I? So yeah, BTAC is like Buffalo Trace's like expensive lineup, right? It's all their like super allocated stuff, like Eagle Rare 17, William LaRue Weller, Thomas Handy. They're like super hard to get bottles. Lopez says it stands for Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. Yeah, Antique Collection. Super hard to get. Same thing. Super rare and super expensive stuff. Pretty spot on. B for Buffalo Trace, probably. No Thanks says, would you consider yourself an alcoholic? No. I'm probably one of the furthest things from it. I have more control than most people when it comes to alcohol. An alcoholic is someone that's out of control that needs to drink. Do I need to? Absolutely not. Do I like to? Yeah. But I keep it under control and I keep it to certain days just for like my own sanity. If I was drinking every day, live on YouTube, just getting plastered with the boys, maybe. Alex says whiskey near. I'm a whiskey near. Makata says, call me old fashioned. I owe you one for recommending that Jim Beam 7-year. Have you tried any new budget whiskeys lately? No, I tried one whiskey that was dog shit today, apparently. Today's video, fuck. Today's video was the Blade and Bow that I could have swore a bunch of people recommended me. And then everybody changed their mind last second and said, no, it's actually dog shit. It's not good. So I bought it, wasted a bunch of money. It's not even budget. No, I really haven't picked up a lot. Like anything that would be considered budget, I guess. Joe says, that's it. I'm going to get out my frat boy. I'm going to get out my frat boy phase and start to drink whiskey so I can be a man. Hey, depends on what whiskey you choose. Miss Lopez says, alcoholics have a problem. I have a problem not drinking alcohol. It always goes down so nice and easy. I hate when it's too easy, you know? Yoni says, how often should a person drink alcohol like bourbon and stronger stuff like that? That's up to them. I'm not their mammy to make that decision. How often should they? As much as they want. But obviously, if like you're really diving into it, as much as they can control. If you're drinking every single day when you wake up and you need to, you have a problem. If you're drinking to have fun, you're drinking with the boys, you're having a good time on the weekends, so be it, right? If that's your hobby, that's fine, right? Now, obviously you want to stay a little bit healthier than that, but I mean, hey, I'm not here to preach to nobody on should you drink or not. I got more whiskey behind me than most people have in their entire house, so I got a lot of whiskey. But I also like drinking for certain reasons. Gary in the chat says, I love 1910 and 1920. Do you like mixing it? Because that's been a hot topic tonight. Yeah, IRX says bourbon isn't that strong. It goes from 80s to 149.9 proof. Bro, if you're drinking 149.9 proof every day, hey, you may be fucking get some balls of fucking steel. You know, that's a little too high for me constantly. I like the lower stuff to like mid-range. The super high stuff, I like every once in a while for fun, but like it's not like what I normally just want to drink. Yoni says, how many bottles do you have in total? I don't know, 75, somewhere in that ballpark. But I go live every Friday around 9 o'clock, and I usually have on Fridays a new bottle to go over. You know, I try something new. Either that or we switched up and we do a blind because maybe I don't want to buy something that I don't want. But I have a lot because this is one shelf. You can't even see the end of it. You can see to still Austin, but it still goes like another 3 or 4 bottles. Same thing for the bottom. What do you see on that side? Benchmark? Damn, you're missing a lot on that side. There's like a good 10 bottles on that side you can't see, and I still have 2 shelves up top. So, Joe, in my opinion, if you don't have the shakes, you're not an alcoholic. If you have the shakes, it's too late. Buto says, call me old fashioned with the best Old Forester for the money. I guess I'm biased, bro. I think 1920 is the best one. But everybody else is arguing in the comments all night about it. So, Alex says, I hear enchiladas. Let me get some. Irox says, you're right. 100 to 130 proof is perfect. Honestly, like my ideal is like 105 to like 115. Like in that window is like that perfect proof point for me where I'm like, yeah, I really like these. When you get higher, I like to kind of like drink those periodically. When you get lower, it's usually when I'm just like kind of warming up. Puto said 1920 Old Forester. Okay, thanks. Call me old fashioned. That's just my vote. That's just my vote. I like the 1910 too. It's just, it's about the same price and it's like 10 proof points lower. Actually, it's like 12 proof point lower. Which the proof, if this was 115 proof, it'd be a monster. Eric says Buto ran forensics on his chat, and he can't hide very well. JC says, to me, alcoholics is someone who drinks before 2 p.m. or is someone who is itching for it to be 5 p.m. You know, the time thing could be different. I think it's like if you wake up and you feel like you have to drink to be okay, you're bad. If you're throughout the day and you're not getting shit done because you're thinking about drinking, you have a problem, you know. And not thinking about drinking like, ooh, I can't wait to go hang out with the guys, or I can't wait to go do an event or do something. If you're like, ooh, I can't wait to go home and just get drunk by myself, that's an issue. But enough, you know, talking about the oh woe is me's part of drinking. We're here to have a good fucking time, boys. So let's break into something else here. We'll finish this pour. We'll get something else. If you guys know what I have, you want to recommend me to drink something, feel free to throw it out. If you don't know, feel free to ask. Bucha says, just bought some more Knob Creek 9-year last night. Hard to beat. I'm not the biggest Knob Creek 9-year fan. Eric sent me some Knob Creek 12. I really like the 12-year. Eric says, okay, JC, easy, bro, easy. Gary says, I have 37 bottles, but Elijah Craig and Michter's bourbon is also delicious. Elijah Craig is solid, bro. Elijah Craig has a gift box that will come out in Christmas that is amazing for old fashions. I have it here. I have one of them in my hand. I can't grab the other one. So it comes with something that looks like this, right? And there's two versions. There's a rye version and there's a spiced old fashioned version. Actually, spiced old fashioned. What's the other one? Fuck. Buto says, call me old fashioned is not a cocktail guy. Buto, you missed it. I made like 2 cocktails earlier. So they have a black walnut one for the old fashions. It's like a syrup that you just kind of put in with the whiskey. You don't have to do much else to it other than a cherry maybe, or orange, whatever you prefer, like garnish. But, bro, they're fucking delicious. Look, hey, Buto. Little cocktail. I got you. A little cocktail from earlier. I'm not going to drink this one. It's super sweet. I don't want it. Yoni says, Buto, okay, thanks. Good to know. Damn, bro. Buto just throw me on the bus. Oh, Yoni says, does an extra 10 proof really make such a difference between 90 and 100 proof? Because that's like only an extra 5% alcohol. It makes a huge difference. Yoni says, or Buto says, higher proof makes better cocktails. He's not wrong. Higher proof does make better cocktails. Because if you put adding an ice, it waters down. So that 90 is going to 80. That 100 is going to 90. Not exactly, but close enough. Ow, fuck. I like went both ways and fucking threw my shoulder weird. But also the higher proof it is, the less watered down that barrel was, which means more flavor. Daniel said, functioning drunks in my family. That's called alcoholics, but yes. Alex says, my bad. Eric, ignore. Mr. Mom says, I got Elijah Craig small batch with black walnut bitters, jiggers, and a glass of $32 last Christmas. I got the same thing. That's one of the first things I picked up for the channel. It's really good. It's really good for the money too. I gave it out as gifts last year because I was like, this is a solid fucking set. The black walnut bitters, just so you know, and the simple syrup is like $10 by itself. Like if you go buy it at a store, it's like $10. So $32. I think it was $35 for me at Total Wine. Gary says, how about some Wild Turkey Rare Breed? Gary, I like the way you fucking think. I'm here for that. iRock says, Saturdays and Sundays will be a drink in my hand before noon, Monday through Thursday. No drink Friday PM. Can't come soon enough. See, iRock, but at least you have it like, hey, this is when I want to drink. This is when I won't. But I will say, what is it, next week, week after that, come Sunday, let it hit 11. When's football start? 12? 11? Whenever the fuck there's a football game on, I'm like this, bud. It's just what we do. Football season is a different breed. Joe says, what's the highest proof whiskey you could get on the market? I mean, technically you can get 149.9 proof. Here I have 144.4 proof, so, or 133.3 proof, not 44, my bad. Gary says, I'm a social drinker, and if society can't keep up, that's not my fault. Hey, I'm here for it. Mr. Mom says, I got some cocoa bitters on Amazon, $8. The ones I got, they're a little bit more pricey, but I got the Hella Cocktail Mexican chocolate bitters. These are really good. This is what I made that chocolate old fashioned with. And then the apple old fashioned, I used apple blossom bitters. These are also really good too. So the Hella brand has been clutch for me. I like them a lot. iRock says, bro, football season is different. Bro, I turn on Red Zone and 7 hours of commercial-free football. Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait to hear that sound. So, if I was gonna go to the, Yoni says it's like 93 or 96%. I don't remember what the question was for this. The Wild Turkey Rare Breed is barrel proof, which is going to be 58.4%, and this is 116.8 proof. So, Mr. Mom says, got mine on Prime Day. Cha-ching. Alex said, kid got me not. I bought Wild Turkey, original big ass turkey on the label, on the bottle. I still haven't opened it. Still don't want to open it. My kid's fighting sleep. Alex, I think you may have opened that bottle and felt it a little too much. All right, guys, I'm not gonna pause the stream. I'm just gonna be right back. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Wait, maybe not. Yeah, I'll be right back. BRB. I'll turn the music on for you boys. So that way you can jam out to it.
What is up, boys? He had to take over. We're going through a bit of a sleep regression, so what's going on? I came in to take over. I don't really know how to do this, but we'll see. Alex Martinez says, I'm 5 pours in on Blanton's Gold. Blanton's is pretty expensive, so doing the best I can here, boys. New host, Orange Cat, yes. This is Mrs. Call Me Old Fashioned. Mr. Called Me Old Fashioned had to take over. Mr. Mom said the queen has arrived. Cheers. I am sipping on my usual Tito's Fresca and a little bit of strawberry mix. Thomas Anderson said it's a few more than the 114. Okay. Thank you, JC. He said doing great, EH. I appreciate it. Yoni said, if it wasn't 5 a.m. for me, I'd drink a pour for you for your bravery. Yes, Alex. Very familiar. If you were in the Discord, you'd know. Sometimes, boys, that baby only goes to sleep for his daddy. I don't know why. Orange Cat said, Call Me Old Fashioned stream has been overrun by fruity drinks. Oh no. Yes, I'm afraid it has. I'm sorry, boys. I can't drink bourbon straight like that. I just can't. Call Me Old Fashioned said, wow, takeover. It is a takeover. Mr. Mom said, tequila and Fresca is delicious too. A nice reposado. Yeah, it actually is very delicious. Oh, look, somebody has came to join. I am. I won't be in here long. Oh, sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. Somebody said they were drinking on Gold Blanton's, or what was it? Gold Blanton's. Maybe I said it wrong.
No, that's right.
Oh, okay.
Gold Blanton's is that money.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, oh, it's Blanton's. It must be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
And then somebody said that drink looks familiar.
Oh, it's the first time I've ever seen you drink it. He was out pretty quick as soon as
I told him, I'm like, sometimes he only goes down for his dad. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, I picked him up, he was out, and I was like,
I bounced him for fucking, oh, excuse me.
Oh, wow. I'm just kidding. I fucking cuss all the time on here.
You don't drink bourbon, you sip it. Sorry, Gary, I don't know.
Sorry, I had to put you boys through this. Kat says, Call Me Old Fashioned stream's been overrun by fruity drinks, oh no.
And then Mr. Mom said tequila and Fresca is delicious too, and nice, whatever. It is delicious.
Do you remember when COVID and we'd play Mario Party and just take shots of fucking tequila all night?
We would drink like a whole bottle of Patron one night.
Or we bought a handle.
This is before kids.
We bought a handle of Patron, the big old fat bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And we were drinking Patron because it was the healthiest drink you could possibly drink. So you could work out, lose weight, and still drink. And we played Mario Party literally until like the morning and just get blammered.
Hammered. IROC said, oh shit, the lady with the balls in the purse, salute.
That's funny.
No, that looks bomb. It is super delicious. We both heard that.
It's upstairs. They're loud as fuck right above his room. Oh, that's fucking disgusting.
It's so good. You made the drink.
No, I didn't make that.
Well,
You're
actually,
missing the lemon juice.
No, not only that, but this is peach Fresca. You don't like peach.
I don't care for peach.
Yeah.
Yoni says, at Gary C, whatever. He says, if you sip enough, you might start drinking face blue smiling emoji. Okay. Joe says, Yoni, God bless you. Tuxedo Cat or Orange Cat says, Yanks cord. Yoni says, Joe, next stream for sure. Bro, I'm tripping out. I keep hearing screams. Miss Mom says, it was like that with my kids. Sometimes back in the day, my son would be 26 in 2 weeks. Ugh, brutal. And my daughter will be 24. She made me a grandfather 2 months ago. Grandson. Miss Mom, we know. We've been here. We were here 2 months ago. Congratulations again. Gary says you should try Redwood Empire Pipe Dream or Bowers Hill. Both are very fruity. I don't think Gary's talking to me. I got more Redwood Empire behind me than anything. I really do. Before I get off the stream, I got another pour of the Rocket Top. Bro, the Rocket Top, by the way, is going to fucking push me to rise. I was looking up bourbons the other day. And if you guys are in the Discord, I was like, I'm going to pick up the Russell 6-year rye. I'm going to pick up the Rare Breed rye. Probably go pick up the Still Austin rye, cast strength. And I was like, sorry. Okay, what?
No, keep going.
What?
Am I the reason why you didn't get any of that?
I mean, I couldn't go to the liquor store earlier because of that, but at the same time, I probably wouldn't have got all those anyway. But I picked up that bottle, Blade and Bow. Everybody recommended it to me before. Yeah. Remember at Walmart, I was like, oh, they recommended me this, but I didn't buy it. We bought the big bottle of wine for you that day.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, it's right here, but I'm not going to buy it.
Oh, yeah. It was behind the...
Yeah, and then all of a sudden today, they're like, we didn't recommend that. That wasn't us. That bottle's shit. And I was like, whoa, hold the fuck up.
Hello, Mr. Lopez.
Gary says, no, the wife. Oh. She doesn't like whiskey. Yeah, she does like bourbon cream.
I can't do whiskey at all.
We've slowly worked her into it. We're work in progress. You got to work slower. But yeah, if I can get her like honestly, she probably would like the Hibiki. If I mix the Hibiki with something like light.
Anything dark, I can't do.
It's not dark. Look at the Hibiki compared to like what I'm drinking.
Yeah.
Just
no.
No, hold on. It's still whiskey though, but like if you smell it, it's nowhere near as hard.
I can't do it.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't do anything dark.
Hey, smell this one. Tell me if it smells like a shoe.
No.
Tell me if it smells like a shoe. Like a new shoe.
Oh my god.
New shoe, right?
What the fuck?
I was drinking and I was like, I feel like I'm drinking a shoe.
No, like legit. That smells like a leather shoe.
Yeah, leather shoe. Your first bourbon note. Got her, boys. I got her.
That smells like a leather shoe. Like, it doesn't burn my nose. It just smells like a leather shoe.
Yeah, you wouldn't like this one, though. But it's, but I'm drinking, I'm like, yo, fucking leather shoe for days. Yeah, Lopez says, could have told you not to buy that bottle, little bro. Or bottle, bro. Yeah, cool, bro. Cool. I'm glad you guys are all speaking up now.
Should I drop the Discord links for the noobs?
Yeah, feel free to drop it, Tux. Or Orange Cat, or I'll fucking change your name back.
You mean Mr. Lopez?
Oh, Lopez said that?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw Tux when you read it.
I shouldn't read your...
Mr. Lopez, he's itching to try and get a little Discord wrench, too. Lopez, go ahead and drop it, bud. Since you're on top of it. Compared to everybody else, go ahead and drop it.
I'm about to go do my nails.
All right, boys, we got to end the stream. I got to go do nails.
No, I can come in after and show you.
I was kidding.
I know. I'm saying
okay.
I will come in after.
Yeah. We're dying to see.
Dying to see. He never cares about my nails. I'm gonna falling down drunk.
What did he say? Nanya said, "Oh, Nanya, welcome to the stream, bud." He says, "I'm gonna get falling down drunk tonight." Hey, bud, not if I beat you there first. Thomas says, "Spent half the day hunting in sketchy neighborhood liquor stores." Hey, it's the only way to find the good shit, to be honest.
All right, boys. I will see you guys in like
2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours.
About 45 minutes.
Love you. Can you set that in that little case right there?
Yeah, you might have to.
Oh, no. Just that. That shelf's already on its last leg. Yoni says, what time now for you? For you now, call me old fashioned. Right now, as I'm reading this, it's 10:26 p.m. Eastern time. I go live at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So, she didn't put this in the thing, by the way. Just want to point that out. So, whatever. Gary says, anyone like Widow Jane or Baby Jane? So I like Widow Jane a little bit, right? Like it's not bad. I don't think it's worth the money though, but it's unique. I kind of like it. I haven't had Baby Jane yet. I do want to buy it though, but I don't want to buy it for full price because I just have this feeling it's going to drop in price. Okay, apparently I'm doing a blind because I don't remember which one's which. Ooh. Double oak. Rare breed. That bitch is a lot hotter comparably. Gary says this, the two I suggested are light and fruity. So I have like the Pipe Dream. I have the Lost Monarch. For her, she doesn't like really anything about whiskey. So she's not a fan. Not that we're not going to work her into it, but like right now she likes vodka mixed. Like she doesn't really like alcohol is the easiest way I can put it. She likes sugary fucking weirdo drinks. Sometimes like a Cosmo. She likes a Cosmo or a margarita. But that's because there's so much mixed into it that it kind of masks the alcohol. Bourbon and whiskey, like you're drinking it for the bourbon or the whiskey. You're not drinking it to mix it. You're not drinking it for the Dr. Pepper you're mixing with, you know? Gary said, don't bother, not that good. Ooh. Iraq says, bro, I'll get you Baby Jane for 60. 60 is a good price. I keep seeing it for like 80, 85, and I know it's going to drop. It does have a Dickel in them, right? It does. But it's like, it's not like the normal Dickel, I'd say. Like, it's not like, I can't even pick one off the top of my head right now. Thomas says, Baby Jane is 50 in Michigan. Even better price. Let me get a $49.99. Anybody? Iraq says, Baby Jane really ain't that bad. I'm here for it. I like that. So just so you guys know, I like to try everything. Even if I don't think I'm going to like it, I want to try it once. I like to have a collection because even if I don't like it, somebody else may. I like to have a really good selection for people to pick through. But at the same time, like, I barely ever buy the same bottle twice. If you see me buy a bottle twice, you know I'm like really loving that bottle. Yoni says, what flavor profiles do you look for in bourbon in general? Yoni, for me, right, from my palate, it's not like everybody you're going to see on YouTube. To me, I would call myself a normal palate. Everybody else kind of says, oh, I want the highest proof and the spiciest. Like, shut up. Everybody says that shit. And I'm like, no, you don't. For me, I like mid-range proof. Right? Palate-wise, I like it to be on the sweeter side. So I'm a fan of wheated bourbons. But I like anything that has like good flavors. Right? Because there's some, like this rye right here. I'm a big fan of this, but I'm slowly getting into ryes because I had a few ryes in the beginning that I just really didn't like, and I was like, it turned me away. But I like solid vanilla, solid caramel notes in my bourbon. I like it to be a little oakier, right? And if you can throw in like a berry note, a red fruit note, cinnamon note, things like that, really are just what I want. But the number one is always for me, it's going to be that chocolate note because it's not normal. So when you can pull in a chocolate note, it just grinds me up, baby. So normally Woodford's Double Oak, Penelope for the vanilla. Fuck. I have to kind of turn around. The sweetness level on Buffalo Trace is really well with what I like, but Buffalo Trace, it doesn't have the proof all the time unless you spend real money. Joe says light and fruity, the best description of a Bud Light drinker. Bro, you're not wrong. You're not wrong there, Joe. Alex says, every time I go out and about, I try to make a goal of buying one bottle of whiskey, bourbon, and I try to skip the rye though. I was too, right? I was skipping rye for a while, but now I'm slowly kind of building into that rye. That's just me. JC says, make EH a whiskey sour mint julep. Those will offer a chance for her to get into it. So, JC, what's funny is Kentucky Derby time, Old Forester came out with like a pre-mixed, already made mint julep. I may pronounce that wrong, but that's the way I say it. Mint julep pre-mixed bottle. And I had it once, and I was like, this is bomb. I couldn't find it again for her to try, because I think that would be a drink where she could drink it a few times and get kind of used to that whiskey alcohol taste, and I could slowly work her into it, right? The bourbon cream was step one, complete. We had something else she tried too that she was like, okay, that's not bad. I can't remember what it was though. Gary says, I got Baby Jane yesterday at $49.99. Gary, hey, that's what I want it for. I want it $49.99. Mr. Mom says, Bullet got me into rye. Larceny got me into Weeders. Hey, the Bullet Rye 12-year, phenomenal. It breaks my heart to say that it's not my favorite anymore, because I liked it kind of being my favorite. It's different. But that Rocket Top's light years ahead. Eric says, is each whooping his ass? Should we call and have welfare check done on Call Me Old Fashioned? Eric, I'm in front of you now. So I think you're delayed in the stream, Eric. But thanks for watching every second of it. No, I was bouncing the kid to sleep. You know, sometimes like he just really wants me to do it for some reason without saying it. And I don't know. It's the movement, you know. I got the movement to it down pat. So if that's what he wants, I'll go do it. But I mean, obviously, you guys have to understand. Sometimes I have to get up, walk away from the stream to go handle the kid. That's what I will do. Obviously, he's going to come first, but you know, you guys know I still love you. So Thomas says, I've been getting into Rise the last few months. Thomas, me too, bud. I kind of want to get like a bulk of Rise coming up. I'll probably go to Total Wine tomorrow if I have a moment before the draft. But it's I want the Russell 6 Rye. I know everybody's saying it's not as good, but I want it because I really love Russells. I want the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye. I want the Still Austin Cask Strength Rye. I want to get the New Rift Rye as well. But that's because those are all bottles I currently like. And I'm like, all right, let me see what else you got. And that's where I think, at least from the rye standpoint or any bottle standpoint, if I buy one, all right, let me see what else you got first. That's kind of what got me into Redwood Empire. I was like, okay, I like your blended whiskey. What you got? Bourbon? Bet. Like your bourbon. What else you got? Rye? Bet. Like that. Bottled and Bond? Here all day. You know, and they just have a lot more to offer as far as variety of bottles. Hence why I have so much and I like them so much. But Eric says, in my opinion, ryes can fornicate themselves with a metal rod. Hey, Eric, I understand. I understand your love for them. Yoni says, I don't find regular Buffalo sweet, but my palate is not developed a lot. Yoni, Buffalo Trace comparatively, it has very sweet notes like caramel, vanilla, like a sweet brown sugar kind of note to it. But there's not much other than that. Hence where like if you go get like this one, Rare Breed, it has like some spice to it, like some cinnamon and a little bit of rye spice kind of like kick to it. It's the best way I can explain it to somebody that doesn't know notes. But it's good. Like the higher proof you get, the more like ethanol, alcohol burn you get to it, which makes it hard to read notes. But when you can get past the ethanol, you really can dive into a lot more flavors. Paisley Rain is the best. Says, what kind of drinks do you use? Kahlua? Kahlua Inn? White Russian. I think that's the only thing you use it for, right? Kahlua? Now, don't get me wrong. I don't drink White Russians like that. But White Russian sometimes fucking slaps. It's like a fucking alcoholic milkshake. A little Bailey's, a little Kahlua. And now, granted, it has vodka in it. But a little milk or ice cream, whipped cream, tear that shit up. Now, I said I want to make a White Russian with Kahlua, Bailey's, and Penelope's Architect. That's like a vanilla bomb. Bro, I imagine that's going to be amazing to me. So, Thomas says, Wild Turkey Rare Breed rides on my list for tomorrow, $14.95. Okay, hold on. First off, it's on my list too, but Wild Turkey Rare Breed's like $50, for example. The Rare Breed rye is like an extra $20 for some reason around me. And I was like, damn, that motherfucker better be good. Miss Lopez says, I have Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. I love that shit. That's one that's been on my list forever, but I can never find it that's not like a disgusting price. But that's where I'm like, that's where I'm at with the rye stuff. You know, I listen to JC, it's his new name in here, Bonding Over Whiskey, you know, as the OGs know him. But I kind of listen to him. Me and him have opposite palates, and he kind of put me onto a couple ryes. I'm like, hey, I'm here for that. But I think all it took was somebody that he's in here now. All it took is somebody that knew a good rye and said, hey, try that. Right? That got me back into the ryes. Because I had like Willet ryes and some other shit that was just disgusting. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to break into more ryes. I'm still going to do the bourbon shit too. Don't get me wrong, by any means. That's not going away. But I want to kind of just break into a few more, you know. Yoni says, from my understanding, rye is usually more expensive. It's usually around the same price. It just, depending on what you're getting. Blender78, welcome to the stream, bud. It says, Rare Breed rye is amazing, bro. It's like 55 here. Prices are so off the wall where I'm at that, like, I don't know what's good and what's not. JC says, false, Yoni, about the prices. Yeah, usually they're around the same price. There's some ryes that are just super expensive. But there's also some bourbons that are super expensive too. Daniel says, call me old fashioned. Can you tell EH I said hi? And she's great because it's true. I don't know what she's great for, like what you want me to say it for, but I'll tell her. She'll be back on in a little bit. She's going to do her nails. Her nails. Oh, God, Michelle Lopez just, like, fucking hit me in, like, that oh, I've been dying for it phase. Miss Lopez says, I was doing a little a few weeks ago, and I just made a White Russian, and I added some salted caramel from Old Smokies. Bruh. I will say, I have the salted caramel from Old Smokies. Like a couple Christmases ago when I was in Gatlinburg, is when I bought it. And we put it in our coffee, and I was like, it's amazing, but it'd be amazing in a White Russian. And everybody's like, you're crazy. I'm like, I got to try it, but I don't want to buy all the stuff for it, you know? I don't want to buy Kahlua and Bailey's because I'm never going to drink that shit. Blender says, Frey Ranch Rye is awesome too. I haven't had Frey Ranch. I don't know. I just never find it around me, but I hear it's really good. I haven't had... What the fuck is that? I didn't even put the mic down. I've been doing my freaking nails. Bro, I thought somebody was in the fucking house. I kept hearing shit. Yeah, Blender says Frey Ranch Rye is awesome too. I haven't had it, but definitely I want to get the regular cast strength first. I want to get the Still Awesome Rye cast strength too. I don't care to get the regular stuff. I want to get the cast strength because I just know that the one I have is awesome. So the Rye is definitely next for that. And then I'll probably break into the Frey Range stuff if I can find it. Paisley Rain says, "What's your favorite drink?" Woodford's Double Oak Old Fashioned, or just pour. JC says, "Oh, call me Old Fashioned. Your list of ryes get Old Overholt 114. Look for Pikesville, or even Knob Creek 7 year is good. I probably won't get the Knob Creek, but Old Overholt 114. I hear that's pretty good, so I'll probably add that to the list." Miss Mom says, "Ninja Alert." Hey, bro, I let somebody break in here. They're fucking done. Ms. Lopez says, "I've had Frey Ranch store pick. It reminds me of plastic or something. Had to give it away." Damn, bro, don't say that. Miss Mom says, "Don't know if you saw my comment. I tried, but try a Middle West dark pumpernickel rye." Middle West, what is that? Middle West? If it's like High West, I don't want it. Yeah, Eric is definitely behind and alive, Lopez. Worse than Willet? All right, Eric. We'll note that down. But yeah, the rides is something I want to get into a little more. But also because like I don't want to keep buying bottles, kind of like the Blade and Bow, for example. I bought that because I was like, I remember somebody recommending this a couple times. Let me go ahead and pick it up. We'll do it now because I couldn't find anything else I really just wanted to buy. So I'll default to like what you guys kind of recommend me sometimes, if I can find it. But unless I really have a chance to go like bourbon hunting, I like the stores that are closest to me when I'm like on the go, they don't have shit. So iRock says High West is trash. High West is okay at best. That's what I would say. Like they're not bad, but they're not great either. Miss Mom says Middle West is from Ohio. If I ever come to Ohio, I'll try everything. And now I will say, I'm in talks with one of the liquor stores here that also has a pub connected to it that has pours of everything. And I've been trying to get them to comb out a little area for me to do a live stream there one weekend. It probably won't be a Friday, probably like a Sunday stream. But I'll let you guys know ahead of time so that way you're there. But I'll be doing like pours of everything. Not everything, but like a lot of different things that most people can't get. You know, I talked to him about like, hey, like budget wise, if I come in and spend some serious money, do I have to spend some serious money? Gary says, "Quick change. What's your favorite bottled and bond?" E.H. Taylor, small batch. Because that's bottled and bond. So let me give you a few because I think there's different. E.H. Taylor, bottled and bond, that's good. But it's hard to find though, right? It's hard to find for a good price. Best middle range to low range bottle, Heaven Hill bottled and bond. This is really good in old fashions too. But I like this one a lot. That's the easiest way I could put it. But one of my favorites, again, sorry to bore you guys with Redwood Empire, but Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast bottled and bond for the bourbon and the Redwood Empire Rocket Top Rye for bottled and bond. Both are fucking amazing. A little pricey though, so a little pricey. That's why we don't start with them. I mean, but I have quite a few now. I did a whole bottled and bond blind, so you can check that on the channel if you want to. Gary says, "Eric, yes, what about early times?" I don't like early times. That's just me though. I know everybody kind of like loves early times. I tried it a few times, and I probably need to try it one more time to really officially check it off my list as a no-go, but it just kind of tasted kind of cheap. You know, I don't know. It was just like, it had weirdness to it. Yoni says, what's your tasting notes for E.H. Taylor small batch? Off the top of my head, I can't remember, but it's very sweet, dark caramel, vanilla, like a sweetness, like a brown sugar, and I believe it had like a berry, like a red fruit berry note, and I believe it also had a cinnamon note on there too, like a little faint cinnamon note. But I don't quote me on that because I'm not drinking it right now. So, oh, my camera died. Give me 1 second. I'll change the battery out. I feel like I've got up a lot tonight, boys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sometimes we do some crazy shit here. But yeah, it's very much up my alley for E.H. Taylor. And the 100 proof is good, but it doesn't drink like 100 proof. It drinks like 95 proof, so it's a little bit under as far as proof wise, but it still has good flavors. Eric says, Gary, it's good, but Heaven Hill got me. I fell in love. Just my opinion. Heaven Hill is amazing. I call it Haven Hill. I've been adapting to Heaven Hill, but I'm not a fan of it. I like calling it Haven Hill. It really fucking stirs people up. Thomas says I have several cases of early times bottles, bottled and bond stashed away. For what, a bonfire to throw it in? Or what? I'm kidding. Kind of. Guys, just to throw it out there, you guys are talking a lot about whiskey, giving your opinions. If you want to switch to a call-in show where you guys can call in, you do not have to turn the camera on if you don't want to. But you can if you want to. But I can throw a little call-in link. We can chat it up if you want to. Mr. Mom says JC checks sealbacks. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I look at that. I got a fucking shopping cart from hell on that thing. I'm scared to even check out at this point. Get some water. Eric said, what the fuck? It's heaven, like the Bible Hill. I know. But when I got it, just to give you full context, when I bought it, I was looking at a cruise on Norwegian Cruise Line, and in their upper bougie class, it's called Haven, the Haven Lounge, or Haven Suites. So what's funny is when I first bought the Heaven Hill bottle, I just got off the phone with the rep from Norwegian. So I kept calling the ball Haven Hill. So in the short that I did, talking about Haven Hill, or Heaven Hill, I said Haven Hill, bro. And the amount of people that came in to talk shit was amazing. I love it when people talk shit. It just, I don't know, it's so much fun. You know what I mean? Because if me pronouncing something wrong really grinds your gears like that, like, come on, bud. But to me, it was hilarious. But ever since then, I really just called it Haven Hill. Even I know it's Heaven Hill, but I like calling it Haven Hill. It makes it sound a little bit more bougier, you know? One day I'll react to my mean comments. It'll be a good day. Let's check this. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we're only 4 away from 1,400. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. What are we doing? Help us get to 1,400. We're on the road to 15 to 1,000. 1,500. But no, for real. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. What are you doing? You know what I mean? We have some fun here. We go live every Friday around 9 p.m. Typically do a new bottle opening on Fridays. Saturdays, we kind of hang out sometimes, but tomorrow we're going to be doing the Call Me Old Fashioned Fantasy Football League draft. So even if you're not in the league or you're not a football fan, tune in. We're still going to be drinking some whiskey. Still going to have some fun. They hear me talk some shit, so I'm here for it all. Yoni says, I subbed a few minutes ago. Appreciate it, bud. I just checked, so like that's the most up-to-date one. But I appreciate it. Appreciate you subscribing to the channel. When you get emojis. Bro, it feels like fucking never. YouTube is trying to hold me down. Eric says, Orange Cat, you got Call Me Old Fashioned's phone number? He does not. He doesn't. Nobody has my phone number. I have the call-in link, though. I can always drop it at any time. Miss Mom says, I also got Whiskey Del Box Centennial Rye recommended too. I think you recommended that before. JC says, some bottles and bonds I like is Old Pepper, Still Austin Straight Rye with the Rabbit. Ooh, I want that one. I want that one a lot. I can never get those though, bro. That's what sucks. So like my issue with like Still Austin and New Rift is like I can never get anything that is like their good. You know what I mean? I can get their cask strength, I can get their standard line, I can't get their good shit. So it pisses me off. But I'd love to have it. I just can't get it here. Lopez says, I want a blunt emoji, but we'll pretend it's a cigar. Okay. I don't think we'll have those, but maybe one day. Maybe when you get to like Mr. Lopez level of like been here, we can have you a cigar. Gary says, anyone ever tried American Born? Glorious bottle, terrible juice inside. No, I have not, but I imagine if it's a great bottle, eventually it's gonna hit my shelf because I'm a sucker for a good looking bottle. Danielle says, I want a Canadian Goose emoji. Danielle, the only emoji you're gonna get is the Florida Panthers logo. Eric says, Lopez Cali is lucky. I can't wait until I retire and I can blaze again. Retire, Eric. Just retire. JC said, call me old fashioned. I'm going to spend some family time. My dad just got back from Missouri. Going to have a pour of a little chapter 8 little book, The Rye. Have a good night, everyone. JC, have a good night, bud. Enjoy the pour with dad. Yeah, enjoy the time while you have it, bud. Yeah, I'll never knock you for doing that. So, cheers. Tell dad, tell the fam we said hey. And then, yeah, maybe we'll see you tomorrow on when we're doing the draft. Element 9642 says, snagged a bottle of the Smoky Eye Barrel Proof today. It's damn good. Not a George T. Stagg killer, as everybody says. But, okay. Maybe we keep an eye out for that. I haven't had that yet. I also have never heard it be a George T. Stagg killer, though. But iRock says, the draft will be interesting. I'm getting Mike, Dick Payton, Waller Payton. Bro, iRock, what? You're picking all retired players? I'm good. I'm glad you are. I hope you pick up Tom Brady, too, because he's technically still eligible in there, it looks like. Mitch Lopez says, wow, no invite for me or Tux to join y'all? Lopez, I don't know. Lopez, that probably wasn't to me, I guess. But Tux is in the fantasy league. Bro, it's raining like a motherfucker outside. Gary says, any 2XO fans I have the past 5 years, I don't like the $98 a bottle price tag. I know there's a few of them in here, but JC says he's a rum person. He did not like it when I got him to try LOL. Also, again, not a sports person, and I can't guarantee I'll keep up with it, but I don't know. Nonetheless, good night. JC, hey, have a good night, bud. I'm not asking you to come do the draft with us. I'm just saying we're going to be live. Maybe come hang out. Have a drink with us. I don't know. Whatevs. Element says it's coming to Colorado Springs. Coming out of Colorado Springs. Fred Minnick was raving about the Smoky Eye. Keep an eye out for it. It's $80. It's good value. I'll keep an eye out for it. IROC says, fuck Tom Brady, I'm going Brett Favre. You should. First round pick, you should take him. I'm going to go Josh Allen first round. So, you know, with that kind of value, you just can't pass it up, you know. Elements has got to give you some props on your studio, brother. Love the quality. Dual cameras. Hey, bud. I'm here for the people. We're here. I finally got the lights fixed, too. Because we were a little janky on the lights a couple days ago. But I appreciate it. I worked really hard on the setup in here. The cameras, that's just because I'm my day job's a photographer, so obviously I have the bougie cameras, but yeah, I appreciate it. Eric says, Lopez, we gotta, I'm not gonna read that. Thomas says, love to find Smoky Eye Hill for $80. Well, I think it's about time I switch bottles. The rare breed's good, but I don't want to buy another because it's a little pricey. So I like to savor this one a little too much, to be honest. You guys see what I did? The Russells, decimated, bro. It's almost gone. I don't want to drink it. Like I do, but I don't. You know. What time is it? We've been live for almost 2 hours. Fuck, I don't have another Glen, do I? Motherfucker. I'm kidding. Oh, with the real cork. Now you know. Tired up, baby. Gino says, where do you bleach your anus? I got a guy for that, though. If you want, I can give you the number to the guy, Gino. Amazing work. Real gentle hands. Big fingers, though. Big fingers. But after a few times, you barely feel them, you know? Thomas says, just switched to Old Forester 100. You know what's fucked up is I almost bought that today. But I was like, I just talked about Old Foresters. Let me get something different. It's my bad, guys. My bad. Mitch Mom said, did you see Josh Allen interview where he said his daily sipper is Pappy's 15? Must be nice making $34.5 million a year, just saying. Mr. Mom, I was totally joking about the Josh Allen thing because I figured Orange Cat or Tuxedo, whatever his name is, he wants Josh Allen, so I'm just fucking with him. But if that's a fucking real statement, Buddy might be on my team regardless for that. I'm here for that. If you guys ever watched the show The Ranch with Ashton Kutcher and the guy that got that fucking charge from that 70s show, bro, they'd be drinking Pappies on that show like nobody's business. IROC says, you always dick punch Old Forester 100, and there ain't no reason for it. Just saying, hey, IROC, don't be so sensitive. It's okay. I'm here for you. Thomas says, can't beat it for $27.95. It was not $27.95. It was like fucking $50. That's why I didn't buy it. Eric says, Mr. Mom, yeah, if I had that disposable income, I would be sipping 23-year Pappy. I mean, I think we all would be. the one thing I'll stick by, we did this stream, last month. From me, personally, I like to slowly work up the proof points because going back down kind of sucks. It just doesn't hit the same. This is amazing, but I just drank 116 proof, dropped down back to 100. It's not the same. Like, this is good, don't get me wrong, but the proof is now missing from this. IROC says, bro, I'm busting balls. IROC, I know. I'm busting your balls right back. I got you. IROC's trying to like confuse me simply because he thinks he's gonna throw me off the draft, but I have like 4 drafts this weekend, bro. I'm primed up, ready. IROC says, you give credit when credit's due. I appreciate it. Yeah, I give a lot of credit to Redwood Empire. Gary says, mix Weller 107 and Weller 12 years. Supposed to taste like Pappy, more affordable. I wouldn't do that, but I understand where you're going with it. If I have both of those, I don't want to mix them. I'll drink them separate. If I want Pappy, I'm going to buy Pappy. Or I can't afford it, and it doesn't matter. Eric says, call me old fashioned. You want a sample of this stag? Eric, in front of all 3 viewers, I don't want to call you out, but I'm not trying to catch COVID. I'm not trying to get sick again. Do I want one? Yes, but don't send it to me. Let me get out the fucking, what do you want to call them? The infinity bottle stuff first, and then you can send it back. You can send me something back if you want to. Let me get y'all stuff out first. Mr. Mom, 129.9 was a little hot out of the chute tonight. I didn't have that, but yeah, that's a little too hot. Because it's hard to go back down and keep the proof feeling like the proof, you know? Danielle says, Lopez says, Danielle, I'm trying, but no matter how hard I flap my arms, I'm getting no lift off. Lopez, you have to like tuck. If you're not tucking right, you get no lift. It's all in the tuck part. Ladies and gentlemen, we're 3 people away from 1,400 subscribers. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn the bell on, like the stream. It helps us grow, you know. So if you haven't, drop a little likey like. Eric says, Gary, I bought Van Winkle 12-year, Loppy. It's amazing. To me, it tastes exactly like 107, just at 90 proof. Eric, I'm not going to agree with you on that. And you sent me the same bottle. Yoni says, I'm going to head out now. Cheers, y'all. Thanks for the stream. Yoni, hey, appreciate you subscribing. Welcome to the family. See you back here tomorrow around 8:45, 8:30, 7:30. I don't know. Turn the bell on. You'll know. You'll know. You'll see it. It's going to be fantasy football, but we're going to be drinking. Mr. Mom says, my Elijah Craig single barrel proof is 129.9. I'm sipping on it now. Hey, I'm here for it. I'm not the biggest fan of Elijah Craig like barrel proof stuff, but like it's good. Lopez says, can we go to the regular stream style? I've accidentally left at least 15 times. Tomorrow will be regular stream, just so you know. I do this so we can grow. So I've been doing it more often. But like the fantasy football stuff, I don't care if people pop in because it's going to be like a weird, like new people aren't going to understand what's happening. So it will be the wide angle. I don't think I can. I don't think I can do it live. Yeah, I can't do it live. I'd have to end the stream, and honestly, it's 11. If I end the stream, I may not come back. But I'm sorry that happened to you, Lopez. Tomorrow will be the wide angle. You'll get the full HD version of me. You're welcome. You're welcome. What a cool ass name, Yoni. You know what I mean? It's a cool name. Thomas says Elijah Craig seems to be more pricey every year. It does, right? It feels like it's slowly growing up. Not their small batch though, and that's the one that I buy is a small batch because that's like what I keep around for like the everyday person to drink. Daniel says Dave's not here, man. Where is that from? Gary says, this is my first stream with you guys. Glad I found you guys by accident, but I'll be hanging around by choice. Gary, I appreciate it, bud. This is a weird stream to pop in on. Normally, we're a little bit more crazier. Normally, we're a little bit more professional. We have more review aspects to it, a little bit more planned out, but we've been trying. We've been trying to keep it together, you know? Daniel says, cha-ching, call me old-fashioned. What? What? Yeah, bro. Me being back to like a 9-to-5 job is fucking brutal. So, me being back to that, not being able to plan a lot out, that part's kind of sucking. But I will say, I've posted a lot of shorts this week. Just saying, some of them are funny. I'm not cool enough to... Lopez, no timing people out yet. What did he say? Lopez says, I like the part where that guy called you Wish Heavy D. Bro, that was so funny. What's funny enough is like I woke up at like 5:30 in the morning. And I was just like, all right, let me check my phone. I checked my texts, my emails. And then I checked YouTube and TikTok. And I checked it, and there was just a list of shitting on me comments. And I was like, oh, didn't know we chose violence this morning. Let me get it. He's like, bro, you're like Wish Heavy D. And I was like, who the fuck is Heavy D? You know what I mean, bro? I'm just going to, some dude's like, just be the alcoholic you wish you could be. I'm like, why are you mad, bro? Gary says, Ms. Lopez, I'm 63, will be 64 in November. Well, happy early birthday. Retired and enjoy talking bourbon. Hey, a little bourbon, a little whiskey never hurt nobody. So the older we get, the more we enjoy it. So I'm here for it. Irox says I go more Temu. Temu? Thomas says, it's been a long day for this old man. Got to get in the house and get some sleep. Thomas, hey, have a good night. Hopefully you're here tomorrow to talk some shit while I talk some shit to everybody else that's drafted in the fantasy league. But we'll have some drinks. Maybe I'll buy maybe I'll swing by the liquor store tomorrow, pick up something better than Blade and Bow. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna have one more pour. See if I'm not buzzed yet, but like hopefully it'll kick in. Maybe a little buzz pour is a little better. Oh wait, oh we have it, so. Bro, IROC says, old granddad 114. I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't see it anywhere. It's a hot commodity around here, apparently. Daniel says the hat is backwards. Dun dun dun. Is everybody like super delayed to me today or something? Or like what's happening? I put it backwards because the light's not in my face this way. Because I have the light set up weird still. So like it's still above. So it casts a shadow on my eyes. So I have another light coming. It's gonna be over here. It's gonna fix all the lighting issues, but it's a fucking pain in the ass light. I can't order it from like Amazon. It's an expensive one. That's the way I could put it. Eric says, I told you when the hat goes backwards, it rips. It's rip time. I'm not ripped. I wish. This mom says, where's Troy and Joe? Heard the music. Oh. Hey, little Troy Aikman. Call him in, boys. Call him in. Mr. Mom, you should come in for the fantasy draft tomorrow. It's a good time. I'll be wearing jerseys. I'll be talking shit. Well, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Eric says, yeah, we need to see those beautiful eyes. Eric, hey. What's up? No, the backward hat is not. That was like young me. But sometimes like it's more comfortable. It's just not on the right snap. You know, it's a little tight right now. My eyes also look like I've been fucking smoking weed for fucking 2 weeks. I look tired. I am tired, but ooh, my bad. I was responding to all the comments and stuff. IROC says, gonna be wearing my Bears jersey tomorrow. Can't wait. That's crazy that you're like, ooh, can't wait to lose, but I get it. Sarah in the chat says, hey, brother, got that whiskey you suggested for my hubby, and he absolutely loved it. Thank you. Tune it in, but just to say thanks. Hey, Sarah, I remember you. We shopped for him. I'm glad he liked it. Make sure he checks out the stream, and we can give him some more recommendations in the future. But yeah, you're welcome. Glad I could help. Thanks. That was cool. Mr. Mom says, IROC, I'm in Oklahoma, Tulsa metro area, but I'm a native of Texas Gulf Coast, grew up and worked in Dallas metro area. John Jacobs in the chat says, hey man, top that bottle up. Let's see where it goes. Top that bottle up? What does that even mean? Let's see where it goes. I mean, I have a pour. I'm not going to drink this whole fucking bottle if that's what you're referring to. You don't pay me enough, bud. I want to savor this bottle. This one's a little bit harder to get, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put that up here on the shelf. Let's see. Time is it? 2:11. Maybe we make it 2.5. Maybe, if we're lucky. And we'll end it with the blade and bow again. Joshua says, what even does that mean? I don't even know, Joshua. I don't even know. You got me. You got me. Welcome to the stream, everybody. All the new people. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you like bourbon, whiskey, old-fashioned content, feel free to subscribe, like the stream. iRock says, Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name was my name, too. Mr. Mom says, I'm going to try to move back to Texas next year. I don't know. Texas is kind of big, though. I ain't got nothing out there half the time. Move to Kentucky. Eric's not wrong. Move to Kentucky if you're into whiskey. I feel like I need to move there, so. You know, probably not going to do an extra pour of this. Probably just end her a little normal-esque, you know? And we'll take that back off. Eric says, call me old fashioned. Come on, bro. I'll be waiting. Wait, oh, for the move? Oh, I know, right? One day, for sure. If it's not Kentucky, it's North Carolina for sure. Alex says, okay, I'm back. My bad, peeps. Up on Red Bull now. Alex, if you're in the fantasy league, you've never fully answered me. One, you got to change your name, and two, tomorrow's the draft. So make sure you're prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost that time of night where we start to slow down the stream, end the stream. We'll be live tomorrow around 8 o'clock-ish, right? We're going to be going live for the Call Me Old Fashioned Fantasy Football League, the first annual Call Me Old Fashioned Fantasy Football League. We're going to do the draft live. We're going to hang out. I'll give you some little commentary. We'll be talking some shit. I'll be also like losing my ass off or winning, one of the two. I think I draft like 5th. I can't remember where I drafted in this league. I got a bunch of leagues going on right now, so it's a little whatevs, but we'll figure it out. So, but yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the stream. We're on the way to 1,500 subs, or 1,400 as of more recently. Right now, we're only, my phone won't load, but like 3 away, 2 away, 1 away, something like that. So if you're the one holding out, what are we doing? Drop a little subscribe. Bro, my phone's like just shot apparently. iRock says, is there going to be a live chat video call? Wait, what? Is there going to be a live chat video call. I'll definitely drop the link for you guys to call in that is in the fantasy league. Like, I don't know who has the first pick, but if that first pick wants to call in to announce it, to like kick things off, I'm all about it. I'll drop something in the fantasy chat for people that want to do that. I'll say, hey, like, feel free. I'm all about people talking shit too. Like, come in, talk your shit. Tell them everybody you're gonna win, even though I'm gonna win. So I'm here for it. Alex says, let's do this. Alex, your team still says Alex Awesome Team or some shit like that. I don't know if you're prepared. Gary says, okay, I'll be back at 8, guys. Thanks. Later. Gary, appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for subscribing. Welcome to the family, and we'll see you tomorrow, bud. Eric says, peace and love to all. Keep pouring. Cheers. If no one told you they love you, I do. Eric, we appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm going to check in with the fantasy chat, the Discord as well. And then Iraq says, you ain't winning, bro. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. I don't have a good draft pick, so I'm very stressed at like how I'm gonna play it out, because I'm usually either like first or last. You know, I'm not very good at the in between, but I imagine that half the people in this league have no idea what they're doing, so it will mean me on top. So we shall see. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, boys, ladies, gentlemen. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for tuning in to the stream. It means the world to me that you tune in to watch me drink some alcohol on the internet. But again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the stream. Tune in tomorrow. We can watch the fantasy draft. And then, of course, stay tuned. We post some shorts. We've posted a bunch of shorts lately. So we'll go ahead and end it on that note. Again, cheers. Everybody stay safe. Have a good weekend. See you tomorrow. And of course, as always, hold on. Let's cue the music out. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you on the other side. Peace.